Good morning and welcome to Harvest Remedy. My name is Christine. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today I'm in my happy place in my backyard and I'm going to talk to you about all of those seed packets that I showed you in my seed haul video a couple of weeks ago. So once I had these seed packets, I thought, how am I going to keep track of what seed packets I have, because I went a little bit overboard and I bought a lot of seeds, and also none of the seed packets had images on them or pictures of what the varieties were that I purchased. And I purchased 20 different varieties of tomatoes as an example, and so I wanted to know, how do I know which one is which? And the other thing is, how do I know when to plant what seed for my climate zone? So I live about an hour south of Melbourne in Victoria, Australia, and I'm in a warm temperate zone. We're really lucky here that I can actually sow seeds year round. What I've done is create a spreadsheet, which I thought I'd show you today on my Mac, just in Excel, but you could use any spreadsheet application that you are familiar with. There's several columns that I added to the spreadsheet: the name of the seeds, when to sow the seeds, which I think is one of the most important columns, where I got the seeds from, also a picture of what the seed type actually is. As I mentioned, most of the seed packets don't actually show an image of what the seeds are. And I created a notes section, and in there I've got what the plant height is, what depth to sow, the spacing needed, what temperature the seeds need to germinate at, how long they take to actually germinate, whether they're best direct sown into the ground or you can sow them in trays, also how much sun the plant needs. And to make planning my garden a little bit easier, I also added information on how long it takes until harvest time, so I knew how long each plant would be in the ground for. And the last column I've added is any seed preparation that's needed. So whether I need to soak the seeds overnight, whether they need cold stratification, which is essentially placing them in the fridge for a few weeks, whether they need smoke to germinate. And then I just made separate worksheets for my different types of seeds. So I made one for vegetable seeds, for my flower seeds, for any herb seeds that I have, my bulbs, and also I created a worksheet for established fruit trees and plants that I don't buy seeds but as seedlings or that are already in my garden. And there's also a worksheet for any flowering plants or trees. And once you've got this seed spreadsheet set up, all you need to do when a new seed packet arrives is add that additional information to it, and then it makes it really easy to keep track of what seeds you have and also when you need to plant each seed. I'll show you how easy it is to use. So I am a little behind on getting my spring seeds sown. I'll be doing that this week. So to work out what seeds I actually am able to plant at this time of year, I just select the whole worksheet, and then I go to the sort function and I go to custom sort, and that will open up a menu box, and then you just select that you want to sort by the season and when to sow the seed, and second column to sort by is the name, and then you just click OK. And that's how easy it is to sort your spreadsheet into when to sow what seed. So as you can see, it's now sorted it into autumn, and all of the seeds I can sow in autumn, into seeds that I can sow in spring, which is perfect for me this week, as these are the seeds I'll need to get started. It also has what to sow for summer and what to sow for winter. So I'm able to do that for any of my worksheets in my Excel workbook. I just need to highlight each worksheet and then go to custom sort, select custom sort. It'll bring down the drop down box and then select the season of when to sow and click OK, and then it will have that all sorted for me. Some additional information that I added in the notes column on the flower worksheet was whether or not it's beneficial to pinch the tips of the young seedlings or to deadhead the flowers to increase the flower production. Also, whether they attract beneficial insects or even if the flowers were edible or not. When it comes time to using this spreadsheet and sowing your seeds, you could access this spreadsheet straight from your device. However, I am old school and I like to have a printed copy. So to do that, all I did was select the worksheet that I wanted to print from. Make sure that it was sorted by season, and then I just highlighted the columns and the rows that I needed for spring. And as you can see, there are a lot of seeds that I can sow in spring for the climate zone that I live in, which is a warm temperate zone. And then once you've selected all of the rows that you want to print, so in my case it's all of the seeds that I want to sow for spring, I just need to go to the menu and select print. And once the print menu box opens, then all I need to do is click selection and then click on print. So creating this spreadsheet has been really helpful for me, especially as a beginner and my first time starting seeds. So I hope that you were able to find this helpful too. If you have a different way that you keep your seeds organized and track when to plant them and their sowing conditions, please share it in the comments. And thank you so much for taking time out of your time today to spend with me. I really appreciate it. If you liked what I shared today, please hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button and become part of the Harvest Remedy community.